Daily Devotion with Pastor Balla for February 2nd, 2025. The Desires of the Heart, from James chapter 4, verse 2. You desire, and you do not have, so you murder. You covet, and cannot obtain, so you fight and quarrel. You do not have, because you do not ask. Desire is a powerful force in our lives. We all long for something: success, security, love, or even just a sense of purpose. But what happens when those desires go unfulfilled? James warns us that unmet desires can lead to strife, conflict, and even sin. The world teaches us to chase after what we want by any means necessary. But God calls us to a different path, one of humility, trust, and prayer. James exposes a hard truth. Many of the conflicts we face arise from our own desires. When we covet what others have, bitterness creeps into our hearts. When we strive to fulfill our own wants apart from God, we can fall into sin. The extreme example given, murder, reminds us that sinful desires, when unchecked, can lead to devastating consequences. Well, most people do not resort to such extremes. We all experience anger, jealousy, and resentment at times. These emotions, if left unchecked, can harm our relationship and our walk with God. The second half of the verse gives crucial insight. You do not have because you do not ask. Now here, James points us back to the importance of prayer. Instead of scheming, manipulating, or fighting to get what we want, God calls us to bring our needs before Him. Jesus Himself taught, ask, and it will be given to you. Seek, and you will find. Knock, and it will be open to you. God is not withholding good things from us out of cruelty or indifference. Rather, He desires that we turn to Him in dependence, trusting in His perfect will. However, James later clarifies that even when we do ask, our motives matter. You ask and do not receive because you ask wrongly, to spend it on your passions. Prayer is not a tool for selfish gain, but an opportunity to align our desires with God's. When our hearts are centered on Christ, our prayers shift from, Lord, give me what I want, to, Lord, let your will be done. In doing so, we find peace that striving can never bring. So this passage challenges us to examine our hearts. What do we desire most? Do we seek fulfillment in the things of this world? Or do we trust God to provide what we truly need? Are we striving in our own strength? Or are we humbly coming before the Lord in prayer? The answer makes all the differences. Instead of quarreling or being consumed by envy, let us bring our desires before God, trusting in His wisdom and goodness. He knows what we need better than we do. And when we seek Him first, we will find that He is more than enough. God's peace and many blessings be with you. And thank you for listening.